servant of the Lord, let what you have said be done to me. These words of Our Lady, I think, reflect very beautifully the relationship with Jesus which we have in this holy place. Because our faith is certainly what we know and what we believe, what Jesus gave and taught us, and what has been taught through the teachers of the church down through the centuries, and now being taught by the Oblate Fathers and by our leaders. But also it's the pondering and the being with Jesus that Mary shows us how to lead our life in a way that's always filled with joy and with peace. And when Mary, our mother, was told that she was to be the Mother of God, she humbly doubted the message of the angel because it was great and astonishing. The Almighty has done great things for me. The idea that God picked out Mary and that he picks out you and me to do something that he's given to no one else, as Cardinal Newman says. Every one of us is loved and understood by God. Every one of us can come to this holy place to approach our God, to know Jesus, and to be supported by Mary's love and prayers. So when it was explained to her, Mary gave herself completely to the task, trusting in God, knowing that she would be given what she needed to complete it. And I've always admired the desire for learning, the obvious faith and prayer, the daily masses, the adoration here at Mazenod, the strong development across academic and technical subjects, music, culture, art, sport and IT. And to see the faces, the enthusiastic faces of the young men coming in whom I greeted today, and I'm sure it wasn't just because they were greeting the Archbishop, but because your education, your studies, your work, your growth is an exciting time. It's a time which is enriching and will bring surprises. It'll bring little challenges. It'll bring difficulties. But we are always equal to those if our faith, if our relationship in prayer with Jesus and Mary, if our faith is real, that will then carry us through the challenges that we have. And you have a strong faith with times of prayer, and all of this helps you to develop in appreciating the unique value of each human person. What I often say to young people at confirmation is that God does something in Jesus that no one else can do, and it's this, and remember this: God loves each one of us as if we're the only person in the world. That means that we are important. Our gifts are important. The things we discover, the things we flop in a bit and then pick ourselves up from to go on to new life. There's always growth. There's always hope. So each one of us is loved by God. Each one of us is absolutely unique and special. So it's what we can do, cooperating with God, cooperating with and occasionally challenging our teachers, which will help us to grow. So today, you'll notice at the end that I'll go around and sprinkle the chapel with holy water, because this is a facility for people who are being baptized. We are one with Jesus Christ in baptism, sisters and brothers in the Lord, and the Lord invites us to live that way. We're given the life of Jesus Christ so that we can explore with heart and mind, with intelligence and will, the subjects that we study and the relationships that we form with others. As Mary was the handmaid of the Lord, I am the servant of the Lord, let what you have said be done to me, so too we are men for others who follow her in being open to God's powerful gifts, so that we may find in Jesus our way of life and may be transformed. To come to Jesus through Mary makes us aware that if we open ourselves to God, allow God to do the worrying, allow God to do the challenging, we develop our abilities and we respect the abilities of others, recognise them and encourage them, And then the contribution we make will be life-giving. So let's remember, God loves me as if I'm the only person in the world. Remember that openness to God, service of others, the importance of prayer and dedication, and not giving up will help us only then to realise the possibilities that God has for us. The Almighty has done great things for me, and holy is his name. These words of Mary, thank God for what he's given. Thank God for the families. Thank God for the faith that we have, the ability to say, I believe. Because that means we can trust God, and his love will flow through our mind and heart into a world which needs it so sadly. The Almighty has done great things for me, and holy is his name.